Okay. All right. We are live. All right. Wait for some. I'm going to wait a minute for some people to come up here and we'll get started. All right. Hey, if you can hear me in the chat, just give me a one if I sound okay. If not, let me know. I just want to make sure my microphone's hooked up okay and that you can hear me. If you can do that. And everybody hear me okay? Okay, I guess. All right, welcome to tonight's live. It's good to see you, Corey, Revolution Ruth, Ms. Know-It-All, and everybody else watching. Oh, you hear me? Good. Okay, thanks. It's good to see you guys tonight. Sorry about the live being so late, but just recently got off work, so I tried to hurry as fast as I could to get here, and just wanted to do this live and kind of keep it going because I've been off YouTube for a few days, and it was good taking a break from YouTube. It always is. Good, loud and clear. What I want to talk about tonight is if you see the title, it's jokers attacking interracial relationships. And as I have started my channel, and I always talk about interracial relationships, dating, marriage, and I talk about my life story. Me meeting my wife, and us getting together, getting married, and my family life, kids, grandkids, and so on. It's good to see you, Natasha. Good to see everybody here. I talk about that. That's mainly what my channel's about. And every now and then I get some hate. It's not all the time, but, I'll get trolls. I'll even get a hateful email here and there. And it's kind of weird that, it just seems that, those of us in interracial relationship, what just happened? Okay. Sorry about that. Hey, Miss Anita, how are you doing? For some reason, my camera had a... Okay, I think it's good now. Okay, anyway, it seems that sometimes, I get some trolls in there. Sometimes I get little attacks, and these jokers, they'll... I don't know if they're triggered by my relationship with my wife or just trying to be funny, trying to be hateful or whatever. But that's what trolls do. It just seems that it's kind of weird that, a certain group of people that interracially date get attacked a little bit more than others. The BW WM combination. It seems that we receive most of the hate. I believe most people don't care, but you got your trolls, you got people that hate, you got people that sit on social media and wait for people's relationships to go bad so they can gloat and say, the swirling thing don't work, and they'll show you one example. And I guess expect you to believe off one example that it's not going to work, that it can't be a success. And, we get hit with this. And, some of my comments, I don't mind people coming in on me. I could care less. The only time I get angry is when it's attack is directed towards my wife or children, which I don't bring my children on here. They're grown adults anyway. They're moved out. But, I don't care about the trolling unless it's directed to my wife. And I just think family's kind of off limits. But, trolls are trolls. But it is what it is. But I got this one hateful email, and my wife saw it before I do, and calling me and my wife losers, and that's why we're together, and all this hateful stuff. And I'm like, so I don't know. I got the email, but it's probably a fake account or whatever. But sometimes you get that, and I was going to go live on it and do. I was kind of angry, but I was like, who am I going to go in on? I probably can't even reach these people. But anyway, it just seems amazing that people would have hate for people that interracially dating or marriage, and people they don't even know, or it just seems kind of weird. That'd be kind of like me watching some Becky and sending hate emails because she's with a black guy or something crazy. But it is what it is. Another thing I wanted to talk to you guys about, I wanted to talk about the channel. I know if you have seen the community page, I had an idea where I wanted to bring people in and talk about, just have like a prayer time where we could come in and just, those of us, of faith, we could come. We could have like a prayer time. We could talk about stuff. I could pray for you. We could pray for each other. And, just kind of get in with our faith, thank God for what we got and pray for each other, and just have that on Sunday. And I put that out there, and it seems like people are interested in doing that. And I would like to do that, kind of change up the channel a little bit. It would be like kind of having a church service. And if you guys have any ideas of that you would like to see, I mean, we could come together, pray. We could share testimonies with each other and stuff. And, just talk about our families or whatever. Just have an uplifting time together. With all of us on the channel. And, I'm thinking about doing it twice a day, because I know some people go to church and they might miss it in the morning or afternoon. So I was going to do it twice. Just an idea. I'm going to have a show this Sunday. Me and Loren are going to get together and have a show. Do a one-on-one and stuff. And but I just wanted to put that out there. And I'm going to kind of change it up a little bit, just to kind of break it up a bit. I might have, and this coming together, us having prayer time together and stuff, we could do this two ways. We can have it stream live, or we could do it private, or we could do both. But I wanted to kind of add that to Sunday, and I want to have a Saturday night live where it'll be probably a late one till my schedule calms down a bit. But I just want to kind of change that up. And yeah, prayer is always good. And I just wanted to do something positive, and this channel's positive. We do positive stuff, and and I just like to encourage people, because we always have haters, people that don't agree in what we're doing, people that don't want to see interracial relationships or marriage, and it's kind of silly, because why do they put all their energy in that? You're not going to stop it. People going interracially date, and it's going to increase. The numbers, they keep going up and up. So, I don't even understand why people would even waste their time putting energy in that, especially with celebrities and stuff. Worrying about Serena Williams and how her marriage is doing, worried about Eve and hoping it fails so they can put in a point, or I don't know what point they're going to make. And then I was watching on YouTube, somebody was talking about Pink Pill, I guess, something about her getting a black boyfriend or something. And I mean, really, I don't know if that's a rumor or whatever, but I mean, people can be with who they want to be with and stuff. And the one guy was like, well, now she's coming home and like happy about it. I'm like, well, why wouldn't you just be happy with someone that's in a happy relationship? Period. End of story. But yeah, I don't know what's going on. I just heard somebody talking about it. I didn't really pay attention to it. Honestly, I don't pay attention to celebrities and their, dating and marriage and stuff and what's going on. I do like to see interracial couples. I love seeing black women and white men and, other interracial couples. I think it's an awesome thing. I think it's a beautiful thing. And, and I think we all should open up our options, because then we got better choices. And then finding quality people in today's world is hard to do. I mean, of any racial group. So I always believe open up your options to find that quality person. Now we can have our definition of high value man and woman, and everybody's got their beliefs in that. But, quality is where it's at. You want the person that has a good heart, that loves you. And, if it's a man that's going to provide for you, a woman, support your husband, and, have that, perfect union. I mean, it'll never be perfect, but if you do it God's way, it could be a blessing. Neither do I. I'm trying to, being ready for Jesus' return. Yes. But yeah, I do want to have some prayer time on Sunday. I want to do it twice. I'll probably have 3 lives Sunday. It's going to be busy for me, but I want to put this together. And you guys tell me what you want. Do you want to just have a prayer time? Do you want to share testimonies? Do you want me? I'll even preach a sermon if you want it. Now, I'm not going to tell you how good it's going to be. We'll have to see. But I'm willing to do anything. I think we should cling to our faith. I think we should come together and lift one another up. And I want this to be more than just me talking to you. I'd like to, us come together and lift each other up. And, that's just out there. And like I said, I'll work around schedules. I'll do it twice, because I know a lot of people go to church. And I'll probably have to readjust it here. Me and my wife are looking for a church to go to also. But follow your heart. Oh, I appreciate that, Brown Bunny. Stopping by the show. Thank you for your support. I do appreciate that. Thank you. I do appreciate that. But anyway, I want you guys to, leave that open for you guys. Come in and do that. Also, I was thinking about doing another part of the show where we focus on I don't know, maybe news footage, some current events, something like that. It'd be kind of hard to focus on interracial relationships, because that's not the majority of people. But maybe news stuff that's going on. If there's anything you guys like me to cover on that too. I just want to break it up a little bit. The main focus will be interracial relationships. It always will be. But I'm going to add a little bit to it. So, But Sunday, I'm gonna have to look at the times, and I'm looking at other people's schedule. So when I do the prayer time in the morning and the afternoon, um, I'll put that out there, and I'm trying to work around people's schedules because people go into church and they tell me their times, and I'm dealing with 4 time zones, from California all the way to New York and in between. So I'm trying to work with that. So I'm looking at times so I can get as much people in there as possible on Sunday. And then I'll do morning and evening, and and then I'll do the Sunday evening show, which I'll do at 9:30 and stuff. So anyway, but yeah, Brown Bunny, thanks for the $10. I appreciate that. I really do. Thank you very much. Anyway, but those of you in interracial relationships, stay strong. You're going to have these jokers come at you. They're going to show you hate. Just don't let that get to you. It's just people being stupid. And YouTube, you got these trolls that like to go out there and cause trouble and everything. And just keep that in mind. One thing I was going to do my show about, and I'm going to just put the link up here. If anybody wants to come on, I'll let you come on. I'll put the link there. Tonight, I really, I didn't expect to be so late coming in. Dang, Brown Bunny. You don't have to keep doing that, but thank you. Appreciate it. I'll put the link up here. Dang, where did it go? Oh, there it is. Okay, so if anybody wants to come on, what I was going to do my show on tonight, but I decided to change it because I want to just put out some information. Is I was going to talk about how what's that? Stupidly is at all the time. Yeah, stupidity's at an all-time high. Yeah. What I was going to do my show about tonight is I was going to talk about stuff that's going on, violence and stuff. I know you guys heard about I don't know if you guys heard about the train episode where a woman was sexually assaulted while riding a train. And I think it was like, I don't know. I was going to show that story tonight, but I just didn't have enough time. I was going to do a show on that. And, they I don't know if you've seen the story, but a woman was sexually assaulted, passed through 27 stations while people were actually witnessing this. And actually people had their phones out and were actually filming this stuff. And, I couldn't believe it. I don't know if anybody's seen that out there, but, that was something. I was going to talk a little bit about that. I was going to talk about violence towards Black women and how it's, I don't know. It's just, to me, I think Black women are like the most disrespected and most abused. And, it's a shame because right now they're the most successful. And, it's just sad to see. But, I was watching one of these YouTubers, and he was talking about Black women when they get assaulted and stuff. It's not in the news media as much as like other people. And I don't know if it's the media doing it or if it's in certain cities or areas where people don't care. But he was talking about the numbers, and the numbers were horrific. The most assaulted group of women is Black women. I mean, per percentages and stuff. And that was just sad to see. But I mean, we see it all the time on TV, on the news and stuff. And coming on YouTube, I just always, it's taken less seriously. Yeah, it seems like it is. And we don't really see that, but if you look into it, it's really not. And maybe it's because, I don't know. The media has reasons why they report certain stories and why they don't. And I know when, I don't know, it just seems weird though. But anyway, it just seems that Black women are attacked. I mean, when they date out, they're attacked. When I've seen cases where they, I guess, turn down a man or something, they get attacked. It just, I don't know, it's bizarre. But anyway, I saw that train incident on the news. I don't know if it was a Black woman that was assaulted. I don't know. I just saw bits and pieces of it. But I think it was like in, I want to say Philadelphia. I don't know. I have to look into it. I don't know exactly. But I mean, people were actually filming this while this woman was actually getting assaulted. And I think they had one person call 911 in the whole thing. I don't know. When I do my live next, I'll do a live probably maybe tomorrow or Saturday, and I'll show that. There's a couple videos I want to show on that. And that's why moving in small towns. Yeah, I mean, small towns are safer. And it seems weird. It seems like in the suburbs and stuff where it's safer, it seems like people have more guns and stuff than they do in the inner city, which to me is kind of weird. You'd think you need it the other way around. But yeah, I mean, but I wanted to cover that, and I was going to do a show on that, but tonight I just kind of ran out of time, and I just kind of threw something together. But yeah, I mean, it's just disgusting. But with all that stuff, it was in Philadelphia. Yeah. I'll show that maybe tomorrow if I get off on time. If not, I'll do it Saturday. I want to talk about that, and I want to talk about violence towards Black women. And I even had a Malcolm X video I wanted to show where he was talking about it. And this was back in the 60s, how they're the most, most group in danger. Oh, that was your hometown, Loren? Wow. I didn't know that. But yeah, I'm going to cover that tomorrow if I can. I really want to do it. I really want to do that story. And that's one subject I've been wanting to cover and talk about. And, I just wanted to talk about how Black women, don't get the respect and praise they deserve. And then I was going to talk about the Kevin Samples deal. I saw a video of him, and I'll talk about that, where one woman was saying, it was a clip somebody sent me, and it was talking about how this one woman is saying that she was saying that her cookies were worth the wait, and he was saying, no, they're not, because you got kids out of wedlock or something. And I mean, that's disgusting. I mean, we don't respect women like we should. Black women have taken the brunt of it, but as a whole, we don't respect women, period, really, like we should. And thank you. I appreciate that. Natasha. and I think we need to talk about that. And, you know, and, it's just unfortunate, but it's been that way for years. Yes, Max. Yeah, he did. And I got a video on it. Um, I just need to download it, and I'll probably show that news clipping of that train incident. I know a lot of you have seen that, and I'll do that tomorrow or Saturday. Um, we'll see what happens tomorrow. Tomorrow's a busy day, but if I can get home at a decent hour, um, I will do that. So that's what's on the agenda, and also, the prayer time. Come join me and have prayer time with me. If you guys want, we can do a private stream, and all I got to do is give you the link, and you could come up, or if you want it to be live. I mean, either way, or I could do both. But I want to bring us together in that, and I want to share that and have like a safe place where we could come together and pray for each other, look out for each other, and anything you want to vent on, we can do that. And I'm not looking for views on this. When we have our prayer time, I'm just looking for the interaction, us come together, lifting each other up. So probably the private stream would probably be the best thing. But we can do both too. So I'll put out the times for that this Sunday, and also I'm gonna bring back movie reviews and stuff. But we'll make that work. Philly is really rough. Certain areas, yeah, it's pretty rough. I mean, I don't see how anybody can watch a woman get sexually assaulted and not do nothing. I mean, how do you do that? And how do you film that? I can't. I mean, and how do you not even dial 9? If you're scared, how do you not even dial 911? It's just weird. It just I don't know. I mean, I wasn't there. I didn't witness it, so I don't know what was going on. Maybe the people feared for their life with this guy. I don't know. But if there was real men in that area, they would have ripped him off her instead of the security or police officer that came in when the doors came open. A man, as a man, how can you justify sit there and I mean, why would you? I don't know how anybody can justify that. Yeah, I'd be in jail too. I mean, and here's the thing. I mean, you know, where are real men protecting women? I mean, where did they go? They just disappear, or are men just gotten so feminine they're helpless and can't do nothing? I don't know. Uh, I don't understand it. I don't know. But anyway, I'll talk about that tomorrow or Saturday. I'll put it in the community channel. But we will talk about that. And it's wickedness. There's so much wickedness. It's not even funny. But we'll talk about that. But yeah, you just got so many haters. There's a severe shortage of real men. Yeah, there is. I mean, for anyone to witness that, I just or even if it was women, couldn't somebody dial 911? I don't get it. I don't even know. I don't know. You know what? Maybe I can share it. Let me see if I can pull it up here. Let me see if I can get that video footage. Just bear with me. I got to do the Fair Use Act also. Let's see where that is. Okay. Okay, let me see if I can pull it up. Copyright disclaimer. Okay, guys, I'm going to do this copyright disclaimer real quick. And this is for the Fair Use Act. We will be sharing other people's content, but we'll be doing it for the purpose of education, commentary, and just to learn, get information. So I'll go ahead and remove that, and then let me. Okay. All right, let me share this video. I'm going to pull it up real quick. Let me see. Earlier 3 weeks ago. Okay, let me see here. I must not have uploaded it. I'm sorry. Oh, man. Let me see if I could do this another way here. Let's see. I'm going to do this. I'm going to try to pull it up because I do have it. Let's see here. Okay, that's it. Okay, sorry guys. I'm downloading it now through my computer. I hope you can still hear me and everything. Trying to do multiple things at once, but I think I could put it up there and show you guys. But right now it's converting it. So let me see here. Okay. All right. Now let me see if I can upload it real quick. And so you guys will see the video here.
Is asking people to step up, saying people need to speak up when they. SEPTA is.
Okay, here's one of the news coverages we're going to talk about, the attack on the train. And hopefully that's the right one, but here it goes.
People to step up, saying people need to speak up when they see a crime happening in front of them. I'm Shayna Humphreys.
I'm Jason Martinez, and this is all in response to the recent rape of a woman on the Market Frankford line. Our Jeff Cole live in Upper Darby tonight. Jeff.
Yeah, Jason, we've talked to investigators who say, in point of fact, while this woman was being attacked, there were passengers on the train. They did apparently witness what was going on and apparently did nothing about it. SEPTA tonight is defending its response to the rape on the L, and it's asking, though, passengers who see something wrong to please help them. At Upper Darby's 69th Street station, passengers of the Market Frankfurt line are outraged.
The attack was brutal. It was wicked, and the worst part is when the people were watching.
Several people watching, some within arm's length, says Upper Darby Superintendent of Police, whose officers are investigating the rape of a female passenger on the Market Frankfurt line Wednesday night on a train heading west to Upper Darby.
Okay, so what they're saying here is these people actually, it's a rape taking place and people are actually just watching this. Unbelievable.
A horrendous act. And unfortunately, we live in a time right now where there are horrendous things, as always.
Arrested is 35-year-old Fishton Noy, who investigators say is seen on a train security camera sitting next to the alleged victim, touching her, and then raping her. Investigators say a female SEPTA employee called in the attack, which was relayed on radio about the attacker.
Okay, so now you got one person, one woman called it in. One brave soul came in there and actually dialed 911 out of the whole group while people are actually filming this. I mean, who would allow this? I mean, they're actually, I mean, as a woman, can you imagine being attacked in that way, brutally, and people just watching and filming? Don't understand.
Robing on a train at 56th Street Station.
Westbound train currently at 56th Street. Train car 1102. Male disrobing on the train.
SEPTA says Noy was arrested at 69th Street Station on the train in the act. This afternoon, SEPTA's general manager and its police chief met reporters at the station to urge passengers to speak up when they see trouble.
You believe the agency's response was adequate and timely and did what it was supposed to do?
It was a very quick response, and let me say to everybody, there are 28,000 cameras on the SEPTA system. You will be videoed.
Any idea why anybody couldn't get to him?
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about less than 3 minutes, Jeff. And in 3 minutes' time, police are coming in contact with that person and making an arrest. I think that's pretty good.
So we were asking Chief Nestel there why, if there was a call made at 56th Street Station of the man disrobing, why they couldn't get to him earlier, and you heard his argument there that they caught him within 3 minutes. Investigators say the victim got on the train after having a few beers, maybe apparently after work, say that she did not certainly know her attacker, tried to push him off, couldn't, that she may have then gone into shock when he attacked her. What to do, says SEPTA, if you see something horrific or just something going wrong on the train, is to obviously call 911 or use SEPTA call boxes on those trains. Live in Upper Darby.
Okay, so there it is. That's what took place on this train. A woman's getting sexually assaulted. She's actually, I don't think I'm supposed to say the R word, but she was R'd in front of people. Now, the police say it was a 3-minute response. They're saying it was good. I don't know. All I know is it could have been stopped before the police even knew it was taking place. But one person to call 911, really? I mean, we all have cell phones, right? I don't know. People just, why anybody would allow this happen. And I don't know if this was a black woman it happened to. I don't know. But regardless, any woman, no woman should go through this. You know, you saw the loser on there that I felt it was okay for him to do this to this woman. Like, I mean, what was going through his mind that he didn't think he was going to get caught, or it's okay to do this, or he's entitled to do this? I don't know. It just, you know, it just baffles me. And I don't know how anybody could sit there and watch this happen. Yeah, I'm sure it's a real rough area. And maybe the people, you know, sometimes in rough areas where there's a lot of drug activity, you know, some people are too scared to react. So scared. But I mean, you could have went to the next car and dialed 911. I mean, you didn't have to physically get involved, which people should have. Yeah, triggered. Yeah, I'm triggered. That's so ridiculous. You know, I think personally, anybody that R's anybody, I think should get the death penalty. That's just me. You know, that's the worst thing you could do to somebody besides kill them. But anyway, did you want me to show that Malcolm X video? I could pull that up. I have to just do a quick search if you guys want to see that video. Let me see here. Okay. Oops. Okay. Let me just minimize it here and let me pull that up real quick. Let's see if I can find it here. I know I had it. Exactly. Let's see here. Protecting. There it is. Okay, guys. Are you still with me here? Sorry about that. It's taking a little bit longer than I thought here, but let me see. It's starting to upload, and then I'll put it up there. Okay. All right. Back on there. Everybody hear me okay? All right. I'm going to share this video, and I was going to do it. Let's see here. See if this is the one where it talks about protecting black women and black women being the most danger.
Protected person in America is
okay. What he's saying here is the most disrespected woman in America is a black woman, and I believe that to be true to this day. The most assaulted woman, the most disrespected woman, the woman that goes through the most, and in my opinion, the most successful woman with all that against her. But anyway, let me show this real quick here.
The most disrespected person in America is the black woman. The most unprotected person in America is the black woman. The most neglected person in America is the black woman. And as Muslims, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us to respect our women and to protect our women. And then the only time a Muslim really gets real violent is when someone goes to molest his woman.
All right, you see what he said? He was talking about Muslims when they get violent and when someone molests their women. You know, I'm not a Muslim, I'm a Christian, but what he's saying is true. And why wouldn't men protect their women? You know, and when I say their women, I'm talking about women in America. No matter what group of women's being attacked, us as men need to step in and do something about it. But that's not happening. But anyway, let's continue.
We will kill you for our woman. I'm making it plain, yes. We will kill you for our woman. We believe that if the white man will do whatever is necessary to see that his woman gets respect and protection, then you and I will never be recognized as men until we stand up like men and place the same penalty over the head of anyone who puts his filthy hands out to put in the direction of our women.
Okay, you hear what he said? Now, he's kind of giving a compliment to white men in an indirect way. He says if white men can protect their women, I don't know if I got the quote exactly right. He's saying, why can't we? But as men in general, why can't we protect our women? As men today, there is very few real men. There is very few men that will protect their women. In fact, there's many men that will assault women. And anyway, let's continue. I think this is almost over. Okay. Yeah, that's it. Now this was back in the 60s, right? This was a long time ago. I think I don't remember what year he was assassinated. And I haven't really followed Malcolm X that much. I was never really interested in it. The reason I even started looking at Malcolm X is somebody had told me that me and my wife's anniversary is the same day as his birthday. So I kind of looked into it. I thought the guy was kind of like a Farrakhan. They were like in the same organization. But, looking at his life, like towards the end before he got assassinated, once he made his pilgrimage to Mecca, he was kind of a changed man. He was speaking about the brotherhood of all men. And he was kind of changing a little bit. He wasn't so much, anyway, but I looked into that and, it's interesting in this speech, he's saying that the most disrespected woman is the black woman. The most attacked woman is the black woman. And today it's still true. And I would say us as men, and I'm not just saying black men, but white men, all men, black women respect. Well, all women respect. As men, we should protect women. And it's sad to see that women are getting, assaulted at gas stations, getting hit over the head with skateboards, getting sexually assaulted on trains, public transportation. And how many women are killed and assaulted a year? I watched this one YouTube channel, a couple of YouTube channels of these black women talking about how many black women and girls are murdered and assaulted every year. And I didn't know that it was such a big stat. I haven't looked in the stats. I don't really know. He was murdered in 1965, yeah. It was like that then and it's like that now. If we look at history until now, black women's been the most disrespected, most abused, and it's going on to this day. And not to say all women, because there are women in all groups that get assaulted and murdered and stuff, but black women is in the higher rate. And I would say us as men owe black women the utmost respect and protection. Well, I'd say that about all women. But we're not real men these days. We're a bunch of cowardly idiots that'll sit by and let this happen. And there's probably some idiots that film this stuff and probably watching it with their friends thinking it's funny. Just like that skateboard thing. Just like, you see women getting assaulted on TV and people are on YouTube laughing about it, thinking it's funny. I don't know. I believe us as men, we will be held accountable how we treat our women. And there's going to be a day of reckoning. It's not going to be good. And men that sit by and let this happen, oh, woe be to you. Oh, yeah, the girl in the dumpster thing. Yeah, we got several videos of this. You go on YouTube right now and watch women getting assaulted on videos. And people think it's funny and think it's okay to do that. I don't know. It's just hard to believe. for people to actually participate in this. And then on the train where they said they have several cameras and someone to go in there and think it's going to be okay, nobody's going to do nothing to him. I don't know. Maybe the guy they said he had a few beers. Maybe he's drunk. Maybe he's high. I don't know. But for people to allow it to go on, yeah, they're desensitized. There's no compassion. There's nobody on that train, I guess, that felt bad about that woman going through that. No compassion. Nobody. No anger. I don't know. I mean, who would have their phone up filming it? I mean, how could you live with yourself doing that? I could live with myself not doing nothing. I mean, wow. Yeah. But, what's going on? What's going on with our country? What's going on with, everything that's going on? And I blame all men for this. We all live in the same country. We live in the same place, and we just let it happen. So I guess, I don't know. I don't know. Growing up, I was taught I could not to hit girls, not to, lay my hands on women. I've been taught that from birth. I mean, what happened to that teaching? What happened to lifting up women? What happened to respecting women? What happened to treating women like the treasure they are, like the Bible says they are? Whatever happened to that? We want women to submit to us, but we'll assault them. We'll let them get, sexually assaulted on a train and do nothing but film it. We'll watch it on YouTube, women getting assaulted, and laugh about it. When they reject us, we'll just hit them over the head with the skateboard. When they don't let us buy them wine, we'll just beat the crap out of them. I mean, where are we in society? And I blame all men for this, for letting it happen. It's disgusting. It's a disgrace. And we're in the days of Noah. Yeah, I think so. Look what God did with the flood. People got out of hand. When God, we need to get right. I mean, you look all through the Bible what God did when he got mad. I mean, God even let his own people be conquered. So what would he do to the rest of us? Yeah, all men. And just seeing this evil stuff, and it got me thinking, we need to come back to God. I think we need to, as us as men, I think if we got our act together and did things right, I think women would follow us for the most part. I mean, there's women that need to get their act together. Yeah, especially black women. Yeah, and it's sad because black women have accomplished so much. And you can look at the stats, you can look at the education. You get to know black women and you show them love, you're going to get it back. I've experienced that. But us as men have failed our women. We have, across the board. And that's why, it's just sad. And that's why our society's jacked up. That's why we don't have many marriages. That's why our kids are born out of wedlock. That's why, and I don't blame women for this. I blame the men. But of course, we'll turn around, lay with women we don't marry and have kids, and then blame them for choosing bad, right? Isn't that the thing? You just chose wrong? Well, show me the men that are holding up the standard that they could choose right. And I'm talking across the board, men in general. But anyway, we need to get it together. And end times, they're going to come. You know, the world's going to hell in a handbasket, but those of us, you know, that seek God and want to make a difference, we need to come together. And after seeing this negativity, and it kind of started with the couple negative emails I got, and you know, and then I saw that train thing, and then I was looking through YouTube. I saw the Malcolm X speech, and I was like, wow. He was talking to black people back then, you know, on how black women are mistreated. And, you know, not only were they getting it from racist white people, but the black community too. And it's just sad. And then through time, we're still not respecting our women. Oh, I just got someone calling me and my wife losers, and we're ugly, and that's why we're together, and that's fine. You know what? I'd rather be ugly and happy and have a family and be blessed than, you know, be super good looking and by myself. So I mean, it's all good. I don't let that get to me. It pisses me off when they talk about my wife, but me, I don't care. I mean, you say what you want. In fact, I'll laugh at it. I think it's funny. But, you know, they're just people that have nothing else better to do. And if they're worried about a middle-aged couple and what we're doing, then they ain't got a life. Polluted with Hennessy. Yeah, he's probably got drunk, and one of these keyboard warriors, you know, these YouTube dwarf trolls that come in and just like to run attacks and stuff. But it's all good. I mean, it is what it is. Yeah, I ignore them. You know, a lot of black women are breadwinners, and yeah, you know what? There's black women out there competing with men. I mean, a lot of black women got their act together. A lot of them are highly educated. I know two that are not married. One's a single mother, and one, you know, didn't have any children, but they're pulling six figures by themselves. So tell me black women ain't successful. Tell me they ain't doing it. All the ones I know have some sort of college. They have degrees. Unlike what KS says, oh, they're the most enrolled. Well, yeah, genius. The most enrolled gets the most degrees. I mean, when it comes to with the YouTube territory, yeah, it does. I mean, YouTube's just, it is what it is. I mean, you know, and you know, YouTube, the thing about YouTube is it's entertainment, and people love drama. People love people going in on each other. They love watching people get angry and act crazy, and yeah, you know, it's but for me, I don't want that. I want to come together with you guys. I want to have you know, a prayer meeting where we could do a private stream where we could come together and, you know, say a prayer for one another, you know, let people vent, and we can shut everybody else out and do our own little private stream, you know. And like I said, I will do, you know, we can have testimonies. I'll give you mine. Like I said, if you want me to preach a sermon, I'll do it. I'll give it a shot. I don't know how good it'll be. I have to call my brother because he's actually a preacher. He's actually a minister. So, you know, but I would like to do that. I want us to come together and have a safe space, and, you know, where you can vent amongst us. I want to do that. That's been on my mind for a while. And I think with this negativity, it would be good, you know, and, you know, us coming together. I think we could have a good time. And, you know, maybe come out of a stream feeling good about it and everything. And, but Sunday is going to be busy. I'm going to have 3. I'm going to have a morning like prayer meeting, and then I'll have one in the afternoon, and then I'll have the Sunday live show and everything. So, but anyway, I just wanted to talk to you guys, and I was glad I was able to pull up those videos for you, because I wanted to show them and I wanted to talk about it. And I appreciate the news agency that put the story up there, and the Malcolm X video. It says something about the past and today's present. And somebody said he was somebody shot him back in 65. So that was 65. So that was, oh man, that's 4 years before me and my wife were born. So that's way back. Yeah, Loren, I'm looking just forward to Sunday too. We'll have a good discussion. It's going to be awesome. But like I said, guys, come in, have the prayer time, and I'm going to start it on a private stream so nobody sees it. I'll put the link in the community page, and then that way I can see who all comes in, and any moderators just watch the traffic, and I can see people coming in. I can have up to 10 people on the panel, so I'll let anybody come up that wants to share their experience, wants to say a prayer, wants us to pray for you, or wants to talk about anything, wants to vent. 5 years before your birthday. Yeah, that was a ways back. Me and my wife were born in 69, so that's way before our time. But yeah, but that video was interested, and with Malcolm X, I wasn't ever a fan except towards the end of his life. It just seemed like he started standing up to his organization, and he paid for it with his life. They had him killed for standing up for what he believes. And, if you study the whole thing, you watch the movie, how in the beginning he was in drugs and all messed up. And then, he turned to Islam and cleaned himself up and, got it together. And he was very influential in his organization. And, some things were going on with that guy, Elijah Muhammad, with the young girls. And, it was a mess. And, he got caught up in the middle of it and lost his life for it. But, you can watch the movie. Denzel Washington, I think it was back in 92. He made a movie about it. It's a good movie. It tells a story about it. But you can research it, and a lot of his videos on YouTube you can watch too. Good educational thing. But anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. And like I said, what I started with, don't let those jokers get to you. Those of you that are interracially dating out, and I'm going to tell you, black women, white men are going to be the most attacked. From what I've seen, they are when it comes to interracial relationships. Why that is, I don't know. Some kind of psychology going on, I don't know. But, I would say date out, open up your options. Especially black women, because, you can be race loyal, and that's cool. But, between men and women, the numbers are lopsided. And, you date out, you got access to all men, and all men will date black women. More so than you would believe. More white men will date black women than black women will date white men. And that's been a proven fact. There have been studies about that. So these black women that think that white men don't like them or other races of men, it's totally false. Yeah, nobody wants to see that combination, but that combination is going to grow, and it's going to grow, and that's an awesome combination. And like I said, I like to see that. I love seeing that, not only because it reflects like me and my wife, but it's people coming together. And there's a different culture, different cultures and stuff. But I would say, it don't have to be a conflict. It don't have to be something you have an argument about. It could be something you embrace. I mean, you ought to see when we have our barbecues together, what kind of food we're eating. It's neat. I mean, you get, barbecue and greens and stuff. I haven't eaten that since I married my wife. And, being in New Mexico, and then we throw Mexican food in there, and it's neat, But, there's stuff my wife never did till she married me. And we have fun together. And there's certain things her family does that I didn't do, So you embrace that. People coming together. And luckily, me and my wife are blessed to have two families, that accepted us both. We didn't have that interracial struggle with families, We both come from good families. So that worked out nice. I'm excited to see it too. Black women, white men, black women, Asian men. Yeah, whatever combination you want. And ladies, I would tell you, it's your world. I mean, what kind of men you want to be around? Obviously vet them and be with the ones that treat you the best. But I mean, the options are endless. Don't just settle for one group that, where you only have access to a certain group. And I would say that with white men too. Open up your options. More options, the better. There's very few quality people. And you see the kind of men we have today in our society that would allow this train assault to take place, that would allow women to get assaulted and laugh about it. Inflated egos. Yeah, Miss Know-It-All, I would say, there's men out there that have inflated egos and see that, don't want to see white men with black women. Like, and I don't understand it because if you look at it, the groups to date out the most and marry out, I believe it's black women and Asian women, or black men and Asian women. I see a lot of Asian women married to white men, and there's some married to black men. I believe that's the biggest woman group to marry out, and I think the men is black men. They date and marry out a lot higher than black women, so I don't know why any of them would be upset. I never understood that. The confident ones aren't; they could care less. But the ones that have ego issues or insecurity, those are the ones that have problems with it. But I mean, the least likely to date and marry out is white men and black women. But that's a dynamic that works once they come together. It's a pretty successful combination. Now, not all will work, and the haters will wait for that one group that don't work so they can say, "See, told you it didn't work." But it is what it is. But yeah, interracial groups are marriages and are growing at a high rate every day, more and more. And I'm glad to see it. It's a blessing. I want to put up the link. If anybody wants to come up before I shut down, you can. If not, that's fine also. I'll put this out here for a few minutes. And see if anybody wants to come up. But anyway, yeah, I think since I showed you those videos, I think I'm going to come live. I'm going to take tomorrow off because it's going to be a late day. Saturday, I'll go live. Saturday night, it'll probably be like a late night live. About almost the same time we're going live tonight. And they don't want competition. Well, us as men need competition. That's what we're, that's what we're built for. I mean, we're supposed to compete for women. You win, you lose. It makes us better men. Okay. Hey, Miss Anita, how are you doing?
Hey, Brett, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. I just decided to do a live. I've been off YouTube for a few days.
Yeah, we missed you. I know. Yeah, I noticed. Just going back to not want to stay there, but just want to pause for a moment to acknowledge the story that you shared with us about the young lady or the lady that was assaulted on that train. That's really, really sad. And to all women who have ever been assaulted in any kind of way, it's just it's unfortunate. It's really unfortunate and sorry to hear that. Then now going back to interracial dating after saying that, yeah, as I stated in my a few moments ago, my eyes is wide open, and I'm definitely keeping my options open. So, yeah, I'm keeping it open for whoever wants to approach me. That's where I'm at right now. A lot of times you go to this life and you go through some stuff and you realize some things. And yeah, I'm ready. I'm just keeping it open. I'm gonna leave it there. So I'm gonna park it.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Yeah.
I'll maybe statistics. As you said. I'll be one of those interracial relationships. I'm not in one yet, but we'll see what my tomorrow's gonna be.
Yeah, and I would just say, I tell people open up their options, men and women, and of all races. I mean, should, because finding quality people in today's world, people that hold the same values you do, it's hard to do.
Yeah.
It really is. A lot of people like myself. I'm traditional, and I was lucky to find a wife that's traditional like me. And but in today's world, that's hard to find.
Yeah, it
Um,
is.
it really is. And with all that's going on, you got people that are out there just for themselves, and that there's men out there that will lie to women to make them think that they're love them and want to be there for them just to get what they want. And
Leave.
yeah, and I see men going up on YouTube talking about single women and bashing them and telling them they should have choose better, and like it's their fault they got pregnant, like it don't take two people to do it. I don't.
Yeah,
I never understood that.
That was a very good statement that you said, because that is true. It does take two people. I mean,
it does.
It's very interesting, but it's funny how the world that we live in, I think we're always pointing the finger at the other person. It's always that way. And I think I like what you said about the men. Look, I know that we as women have to hold some responsibilities in some levels, but I'm sorry, if we're going back to the word of God, for those who do believe in God's word, I mean, the Lord, God created Adam first. He did not create, he could have created Eve. He could have created a woman. He would have chose to, but he created the man first. He is the head. Excuse me. I'm probably traditional too, and I'm older, so yeah, I mean, I came up the old school way in church, and that's how I grew up, and that was how I was taught, and I think that's how I feel. So
Yeah.
I think, and the fact that that people were standing around watching this person getting attacked, I don't know. Very
I,
disturbing. Very disturbing.
I don't understand it either. I can't even picture that. I mean, but I mean, people are just desensitized to that. They don't feel no compassion. You got to feel bad for the woman because and they said that in the reports that I seen is she was resisting. She wouldn't, letting them do this.
Right.
He was overpowering her.
Probably was wondering why nobody was around trying to help her. I mean,
Yeah, that's probably going through her head. Isn't anybody going to help me? Look, people.
Maintain my level of coolness here because that's a sensitive topic.
God, if I was that woman, I'd probably, once I got treated, I'd probably go on a killing spree. I'll probably be like, all right, who was with that camera? Where are you at?
Yeah, I get what you're coming from. Now, if you feel like that, and you're a man, can you imagine how a lot of women feel? Because
gosh,
I think she, like I said earlier, she's gonna be scarred. I don't know how old this woman is, but if you've ever been in any kind of way, whether it was that way or any kind of way in your life, that's gonna mess you up a little bit. Unless she gets therapy right away, immediately, and some people don't put it out till way later.
I don't think even if she gets therapy and help right away, she's going to be scarred for a while. I mean that's like I said, that's the worst thing you could do to somebody.
Yep.
Is force yourself. Someone forced themselves on you. That's the worst thing a human being could go through, besides being killed.
Yeah, it's even when it's somebody that you know. It's bad enough somebody you don't know, but it's worse when it's somebody that you do know.
Well, yeah. I mean, I've heard cases of family members and stuff. Yeah, people are sick and evil. But anyway, hey, Loren, welcome to the panel. Good to see
guys.
you. Hey there. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I was just up doing my night owl thing and listening. I was really kind of avoiding that story because I heard it and I saw it kind of going around YouTube a little bit, and I'm just like, oh my God, you got to be kidding me. On the train?
Yeah, I know.
That is, who does that?
No,
that is so sick.
Yeah, and I don't know how he could think it's okay. I mean, even the worst criminal, you got to know there's cameras. You got to know. I
guarantee you,
that,
he was probably on drugs or something. He definitely had to be on some kind of drugs, because that just does not even make. But as far as everybody else, we live in such an apathetic, society. Everybody wants to mind their business. Nobody wants to get involved, but everybody got their phones out. Like, nobody tried to stop it or anything. Like, I just think that's really, like, upsetting. Like, that's very, because that didn't have to happen to her. Like, it was a lot of other people there. They could have overpowered that guy and saved her from that happening. But
100%.
that's why it's so important for women to protect themselves. Like, even here in New York on the train, like, I'm super watchful. I have something just in case I need it, and like, I pretty much do what I have to do and go right back in the house, because I just do not like it's such a there's been such an uptick in crime in the trains in New York City that it has me worried, and it has a lot of women worried. We always talk about it. Like, sometimes we'll be like, just talking, chatting on the train, and they'll just be like, I really don't feel safe like I used to. Like, I don't know, like, after COVID, the crowds never really came back, and now we just see more of the crime that was probably always here, but because there's those like corporate workers and those those kind of like big people used to ride the trains every day to commute to go to work, and the crowds just have not returned. So now the
Yeah.
streets are just so empty. The trains are so empty. The subways are so empty, but they're full of a bunch of people that look so suspect. And so you just don't feel safe at all. So like, I just don't feel safe. It's very hard for me to like even feel relaxed. I just go to work. I do what I have to do, and I go right back in the house, and I'm like very careful. But oh my
Yeah.
God, definitely have something. Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely have
Yeah.
something.
Well, there for a while, New York didn't they improve the safety there and stuff? I know there for a while they said the crime was down and things were.
I mean, they're saying that, and they always use statistics, and that's the thing with statistics, which is when
Yeah.
other people do that, it's like that does not just because you compare the crime now to the crime in 1975, that does not mean that there's not crime on the trains. There's an
Yeah.
uptick of people like getting like pushed, like a guy just pushed a woman in front of an oncoming train just the other day. And he did it twice
Ooh.
in the same day. How he didn't get arrested, I don't know. I don't know what. Maybe they couldn't find him the first time, but he did it twice in the same day.
Oh
Just
my
this
God.
guy,
Wow.
like So who cares what by comparison what the crime rate is? It doesn't matter. It is still a lot of crime, and it's
Yeah.
still a lot of risk, and it's still not safe. So I
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah.
It's maybe it's a city trying to make themselves look better, because I even think MTA, which is New York's transit system, they're having problems with ridership because they really relied on commuters, and the riders just have not returned. There are people that are on the trains, but those packed New York crowds, they're just not the way they used to be. And there's just always a bunch of freaking homeless people and bums on the trains sleeping in the cars, and it's always like that. Always is a homeless guy now with a shopping cart and bags and blankets and stuff on the train. I'm just like, oh God, you have to get on the train to go to work. And I'm just like, can I? And I just like wait for like a train where I'll go to a different car or anything. I try to avoid them. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of crime on the trains.
Oh, I bet. Yeah. Well, you got millions of people too, and then, but like you're saying, it's probably safer with crowds because people,
Yeah.
you know, unlike this episode, I guess the people wanted to film it. I don't know. Or that's bizarre.
Yeah.
But like you said, it's people. People are afraid to get involved, and but I mean, you have to. If a
I
woman's going
know.
through that, it's just like, and they said there was one lady that called 911.
Wow.
Mm.
What does that
Like
say?
nobody could even call 911, and that's the thing, is it's like I understand people don't want to necessarily risk their own lives and all that, but I mean, he was just one guy. I'm sure there was enough people on the train to like stop it from happening. I just I don't, and they're not showing the woman's face because they're probably trying to protect her identity.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
man, that is and it's true. I just think there's a lack, for one, of real men. There's definitely a deficit, like men that would not stand by and let something like that happen. But there's also like just a deficit in people. People don't want to get involved. I mean, just even just calling the police is too much to ask, because they
Well,
don't want to get involved.
yeah, but a few years back, wasn't there like 3 military guys that stopped a terrorist act on a train in Paris or something?
Oh, really?
Yeah, they even made a movie about it. Yeah, they had some terrorists and they took them out. 3 guys.
Wow.
They stopped it, and
I think I kind of vaguely remember that.
yeah, what was that movie called?
I don't really remember that happening.
It was in Europe. Let me see. 312 to Paris or something. The 312 to Paris. 517 to Paris.
Oh, okay.
Check that out. It was yeah. the 517 to Paris. Yeah, check that out. It was 3 military guys that stopped a terrorist attack on the train. Yeah, they risked their lives and they stopped it. Now, if those guys can do that, why couldn't 2 guys just jump that guy and just beat the crap out of him?
Yeah, I know, right? That's what I was thinking.
Assaulted.
I understand it. I mean, kick him in the legs or something. Kick him. Okay, Lord.
Really?
And you know what? When people want to act, they can act. I don't know what it is about when somebody's actually in trouble, then everybody wants to back up. Like just the other, like I think it was like 2 weeks ago, this guy was on a New York train, and he walked past this woman, and she was just like, "Can you say excuse me?" And he turns around and like kicks her down the escalator stairs. And then the police, somehow it made the news and everything. And I said, stories like that usually just fall under the media's radar. But the fact that the media actually picked it up, covered it to the point to where they found the guy and arrested him and charged him with assault. And it's just like men, when they want to act and when they want to, defend themselves, they'll do it. When it's against a woman or when it's not even that necessary. But like, in a situation that was actually serious, nobody did anything. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, people they don't want to be told anything. And all she said was, "Can you say excuse me?" I don't know why she did that, because I'm sorry, I don't say anything to anybody, because it's literally like you're just asking for trouble when you do stuff like that. She said she scolded him for not saying excuse me, and then she got that kick. But
wow,
yeah, I mean, he was overpowering her, and she was resisting. So it wasn't. They knew it was wrong. I don't know why they didn't act. Unless they just didn't care. Sounds, and that's what I believe. They just didn't care, because if they had their phones out filming it, what is that?
Yeah,
that's telling me that they're okay with what he was doing.
Exactly.
That don't tell me they were scared. That tells me they were okay with it and wanted to film. Except one woman, and she was probably scared, but she called 911. Somebody did. At least one, I guess. But yeah, it's sad. And like I said, we're not trained as men no more. We don't respect women. We don't value women. We don't protect women. We just, I don't know. It's like, in society, it just seems like we don't care. I don't know. I don't know. I was always trained that you don't put your hands on women. I know when I was like 3 years old, some little girl pulled my hair and I pushed her. And that was the last time I did anything. I mean, my dad tore me up for that one. and she pulled my hair first. I was like, Dad, you pulled my hair. No, you yeah. But you know what? Because of that, the girlfriend I had before my wife, I mean, she used to get mad and actually hit me. She had, like, I guess, an impulse problem. And I never laid hands on her. I never touched her. I never, I punched through a window. I punched through sheetrock. But I never touched her. And I was, I just knew it was wrong. And that's a good thing, because if I would have just reacted out of anger, I could have hurt her or killed her. But there's men out there that'll beat the crap out of a woman just because she's not interested in them, or and I just, wow.
I have to say though that there's a little bit of times that I will see like men actually like saying the things that men need to hear, and a lot of times especially these manosphere guys are not ready for it, and they don't even understand it. And so there was just this interview that was just on another manosphere channel, and the guy was talking about why women are picky and why women are choosy, and the fact that they have to be. And so he was talking to the manosphere guy, and you could tell that the manosphere guy who had him on the, his interview, you can tell he was not expecting anything that he was saying. And he just seemed like he was they expect to come on and only defend men and say that women are the problem and women are this and women are that. But the guy was like, he didn't seem like a feminist at all, but he seemed like a real man. He was just like, what is this? Why are men sitting around complaining about women all day? Like, what is going on? Like, who does that? We're men. We're supposed to be strong. Women are supposed to. He was like, if they're not choosing you, then you must not be doing something right. You're probably not the best man that you can be. Are you? Do you pay attention to how you dress? Are you educated enough? Are you a liar? Do you know how to treat women? All those reasons are why women may or may not choose you. But a lot of men just are not used to hearing like real men talk like that anymore. They're just not.
Yeah.
They're just not used to it. That was an awesome interview. I loved it.
Yeah, Josh said it was Jordan B. Peterson.
Yeah, Jordan Peterson on the Roommates podcast.
I have to check them out.
Yeah.
I mean, there are good men out there. I'm not going to say they're all bad, but they're far and few between.
Yeah.
And yeah,
it's so refreshing when you hear one though. Like when you hear a real man, you're like, oh my God, a real man just talked.
I know.
Yeah, it just, I don't know. I think it's feminine anyway for men to sit back and complain about women. I mean, and you know what? And here's the thing. And men they always say that women need to submit and do this. In a marriage, yes. But as men, you got to do your part too. I mean, you got to protect her. You got to provide for her. You got to make sure her needs are met. Physically, emotional, financial, all areas. And then you got to lift her up and make her feel good about herself. You don't just come in and she submits.
I lose a lot of men saying that.
Yes.
I lose a lot of men saying stuff like that. Now, look, we do agree with you on what you're saying. And I'm sure that the people in the chat room, everybody probably agree. But I know a lot of men out there not trying to hear that.
Well, yeah. I mean, there are, but if we're leaders in society, our community, and our nation, then we got to take the responsibility.
I agree.
With leadership comes responsibility. And, it's on us as men. I mean, it tells us in the Bible, we'll be held accountable.
Yeah. I admire you for saying that. I really do. And I think what, is it Lorraine? What's the correct pronunciation?
Loren.
Yeah, Loren.
It's Loren, not Lorraine. Okay, Loren. I'm sorry, Loren.
Okay.
I know I can mess up folks' name really good. Ask Corey. But anyway, that's a whole and misspell their names as well. But getting back to my point, just hearing that and how we know men are supposed to. I think that women have been carrying the burden, and although I think I've heard many times, we want to be feminine, try to be feminine, but sometimes when you have to hold the load by yourself, it's like switching gears. Like, okay, I want a woman and act like a woman and submit, but if you've been used to running the show and you've been used to doing it all, because a lot of guys don't want to step up to the plate, or again, what you were just saying, that men are supposed to be leaders, but who are the real leaders that's out here? Because you can say that you're a leader, but are you really leading in the right?
Yeah, maybe you can do a reaction to that interview, actually, Brent. I would love to hear you respond like live, like to the points that what's his name, Peterson, was making, because he basically dismantled every manosphere talking point that was that's ever said. And
was it his show?
Huh?
Was it his show?
No, it was the Roommates podcast show.
Roommates podcast. I can look into it.
Mm-hmm.
I just got to make sure my yeah. I just got to make sure the copyright thing's in order,
Yeah.
because they get angry and want to hit me
Come for
with
your channel.
copyright strike or
But he
an
was
issue.
basically from what you're saying, Loren, that it sounds like the guy was saying that I guess men should stand up and be real men, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's the whole thing they were talking about, like going back to this whole train, situation, and the lack of real men, and the lack of leadership, and the lack of patriarchy. But these same men, demand submission and demand respect, and they want to feel like men, they want to be treated like men. But when it comes to society, like as a whole, men are not playing the role, and they're not playing the position that they're supposed to play. So it throws everything off balance. And so I just think that, and when what he said, it wasn't long-winded, it was very simple, it was very straightforward. Men are supposed to be men. Where are the real men? Where are they?
Yeah, they're far and few between. Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know. It just, as society is just changing.
And here we are.
Yeah, and like I said, all we can do is, and that's why I say, date out, marry out, open the options. I'm not going to say specifically date out to a certain group, but open up the options. Have the option, because you don't know who that quality person, man or woman, you might find. She could be any racial group, as long as you find that one you're compatible with, that one that loves you, that supports you. And I think women today are, yearning for that man that just comes in and wants to take care of her and wants to just lift her up and tell her she's beautiful and take care of her. And, and it don't have to be a man that makes 100,000. That, the six-figure man, that don't make you a quality man. It might be high value because they value you because you got money, but it don't give you quality.
No. And
You know,
and I think I've heard it's Miss Know It All or somebody, I don't know who said it, and maybe several people have said it. But the bottom line with women, when we love, we really love. And honestly, I feel like if you feel like that you are being treated right and you feel that the person really loves you, sometimes, hell, we love people that don't even treat us right if we give ourselves to them. So I think that women don't have a problem with submitting to someone who treats them really well. We want to give. I think that the way God made us, to me, I mean, the scripture says that we are a helpmeet. And I might be saying that wrong, but it's in Genesis. Got to go in the Bible. It's in the very first book in the Bible.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. That's exactly what it says. We were made as helpers to men.
That's right.
Some women don't understand that, or they take it the wrong way. But God made men first for a reason, and then He made women from men for a reason. He made Adam as the leader for a reason. And even in the Bible, it says that through one man, sin and death entered into the earth. Even though Eve was the first one to, break the rule and everything, God gave that order to Adam, and God expected Adam to take the lead and to carry it out. He allowed his wife to, step outside of her bounds and do what she wasn't supposed to do, but he didn't have to follow after her. He didn't have to do that. He was supposed to take the lead. That's why God put 100% of the blame on him. Even in the Bible, it doesn't say, He doesn't put any of the blame on Eve. He puts 100% of the blame on Adam. That's how much God holds men up as leaders.
Yeah,
he does. And here's the thing. And my dad's always told me this. He says, if your wife is messed up, if your kids are messed up, it's your fault. If they fell, it's your fault. And I always wondered, why did he tell me this? Well, what if she does something stupid? It's my fault. Yes, because you're the leader, you're the husband, you're the father, and these guys that go around and laying with different women, having kids with different women, God's going to hold these men account, and more so than the women. It's going to be ugly. In fact, I believe most of the time that the woman's deceived by the man, and a lot of times these women become single mothers because they believe the man's going to be there for them. They put their faith in him. I mean, not always, but I believe it to be most of the time.
Yeah.
Because most of the time, men will lie to women to get to them. And I got this thing on the Karen Samuels. There was a video where this woman said, it was just a short clip, but she said that my cookies are worth the wait. And then he replied, no, they're not, because you already have 2 kids. And, that's where we're at right now. Men don't value women.
He was putting
basically, he's saying that she needs to sleep with the high value men.
Oh, God.
No, I'm serious. And I'm like, that's no value in the woman. A woman, and see, men need to realize this, that you're not entitled to a woman's body. And if you can't wait, then you don't deserve the woman. I mean, honestly, it's just disgusting, and no wonder our society's messed up, because these women think that they need to sleep with these men before there's a commitment, before there's a marriage, and no, you're not. It's not meant that way.
Right.
Yeah.
But I was just that kind of triggered me, because I'm like, really? I don't care if the woman had 20 kids by 19 guys. I mean, you don't have the right to her. I mean,
right. That's right.
You might have made mistakes, but that don't mean you get to make the mistake with her again.
Yeah.
Like,
do you see the entitlement? Like,
yes, like an entitlement. And by watching some of these YouTube channels, I believe these men think that they're entitled to women because they're men, and it's like these women are supposed to beat themselves up and be the perfect supermodel woman.
Where are you finding these YouTube channels? Thank God. I guess
they're all over.
Well, you know what? God's protecting me, because I for daggone sure don't want to.
You're protected. I wish I was protected. No, but yeah, they're all over. I just thought that was disgusting. I mean, you're not entitled to a woman's body. If she gives it to you, it's a privilege, and you shouldn't be taking it unless that's your wife anyway. But I don't know. Call me old school, old fashioned, whatever. But biblically, that's the way it's supposed to be. But in today's world,
But you see, it's that entitlement, and that's really Kevin Samuel's message in a nutshell. Is you don't have the right to withhold yourself from a man, especially if he's high value. You're stuck up if you don't give him what he wants. You're stuck up, and you're going to die alone if you don't give him what he wants. That's supposed to scare you into sleeping with men faster.
Yeah, and you know what? Sadly, a lot of women buy into that.
That's true.
Sadly.
Yeah, they do. And I heard one psychologist was saying that a lot of times Black women will, because the men ratio is so lopsided, that a lot of women will sleep with these guys sooner, because they try to get that man. They try to lock down that man. They try to be the chosen one. And, when 1 out of 4 Black women are getting married, and the men are highest to date and marry out, I think sometimes that breeds desperation.
Desperation, absolutely. That breeds desperation because those women are not opening their options. They're all they see is, their race in front of them, and they have not considered other men. So
Yes.
when you have options, then you have then you have plenty. You have plenty to choose from. You're choosing from a place of abundance and not a place of scarcity. So I don't know. I mean, you have some women, like I said, that will never day out because they just don't want to. But you have a lot of Black women that are like, yeah, we're not. We're opening our options. There's no way. We're not going to be stuck with that scarcity crap.
Yeah, you kind of have to, though. Logically, if you look at it, you have to. And
I
you know what? That would make men of all groups better men.
Yep.
Eventually you have to compete. You have to come forward with something instead of putting it on the woman to do all this.
Yep.
Ooh.
And
They don't want to do that, Brent.
Yeah, well, if it comes to that, you'll have to. And women shouldn't have to compete for men. That's backwards. It should be the other way around.
Mm-hmm.
And and it makes us better men. You're not always going to get the woman, but eventually you will, and you learn how to be a better man, I think. I mean, nothing wrong with competition. That's life. It makes us better. But but when it's lopsided like that, I think some of these men feel that, okay, we can date Becky, Ming and Maria, and Keisha's on the side if we need her. And she's loyal to us. She loves us more than anybody. And, I know not all think that way, but I think a lot of them do.
Oh yeah, a lot of them definitely do. And that's why you get so much hate mail, Brent, because you're messing up the plan here. You're messing up the plan. We're supposed to be sitting around waiting to get waiting to get picked.
And I was thinking about that. I'm like, why are they wasting their energy on a middle-aged man that's been married for 30 years?
That is kind of foolish.
I'm just like, I'm not competing with you guys. What are you doing? But you know what? But I am putting out a message.
Exactly.
So that's probably what they're mad. Not about me. They're not worried about me. They're worried about my message.
Yeah, they're worried about you planting an idea in women's heads that they don't want it. They don't want that to take off because all that's needed is an idea. You have women thinking about this that they have never thought about it before, and then you have a lot of Black women who, like I said, never considered that white men even to be an option. We who always thought that white men didn't date Black women. A lot of Black women, I thought that for the longest time. I was like, oh, they don't date Black women. They just don't. I didn't necessarily think that it was racist. I just thought that white men just didn't do that for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Or that it could even work out. I mean,
yeah.
That it's real deal. That it could,
I thought it was illegal. I always say that. I thought it was illegal. When I first saw it, I was like, I don't think they're supposed to be doing that.
You know what? I thought that too when I was little back in the 70s because we've never seen it. You saw Black guys with white women, yes, but you never see it the other way. And I thought it just wasn't allowed when I was real little because you kind of, I mean, you see things and you look at it a certain way. But then as I got older, I'm thinking, wow, can I do what they did the other way? Black men that dated out interracially, hey, you taught me something. So I give you credit. I was the young Jedi that you were teaching.
It's not you, Brent. It's your message, and it's your message that people are listening to, white men and Black women. And you have other YouTubers, a lot of other YouTubers I see, other white guy channels and stuff like that, and a lot of other Black women channels as well, talking about our desire to open up our options and try new things. And then we also it's happened enough to where we have data, we have statistics on it now. We know that they work better than we even thought they would. You know, we're not just like making it up. Like we see that there's some, I always say we have something very special. We really do, because we're so discouraged from doing it. It makes us want to try it more. And because of all the negative stereotypes that cause us to vet each other higher than even necessary, probably. Like we over vet each other like crazy.
Yeah.
We really do, because of all the negative stereotypes. And then we get together and we realize, for one, there's a lot of attraction. We actually like each other and we work. And it's like it's something that's very special. And I just think the more people try it, the more they're gonna like it and the more it's gonna happen, and it's going to just keep growing. So yes, it might not be you, but it's the fact that you yourself have been married to a Black woman for so long.
Yeah.
The fact that you have other white men
Yeah.
listening to you, and you have other Black women listening to you, and you're starting something that they don't want to see take off.
Right.
Yeah, and I think it's that they're seeing like me and my wife as everyday people, and we've been together for several years. It's not one of these fly by night swirling gone wrong that they can show where I beat her or something crazy. No, it's actually worked, and it's several years. I got grandkids now, so I mean,
wow.
Yeah.
I mean, Brent, you speak so highly of her. To me, that in itself, I mean, it's one thing to say you've been married for so many years, but to speak so lovingly of your wife, that says so much. And to think that any of us Black women out here could possibly have that. Yeah, I'm sorry. It looks very appealing to me. It definitely looks appealing to me. And I would think that, Loren and maybe some of the other ladies is out there, you guys speak out. But it certainly looks appealing to me. And I'm thinking, hey, I want that too.
Well, I got 3 friends that I served in the Army with, and they're white guys married to Black women, and they're still married.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not a thing that sometimes it works, sometimes most of the time it's working that I've seen.
Yep.
And
that's true.
Like you said, we over vet each other. My wife vetted me so hard when I first met her, and she apologized to me. She says, because of all the stuff she heard, she lost friends over our marriage because they told her not to do it. And I found that interesting because none of my friends told me not to do it. None of my well, you know what I was doing? I was dating out when I was 16 till I got married. So my friends already knew what I liked.
Yeah. Your friends already knew what you like, Brent.
My parents knew. I mean,
they would be Brent.
But you know what though? I mean, nobody told me I couldn't do it. Nobody tried to sway me away. And I mean, there were people that say, well, be careful. There's people that don't like it. There was like the concerning talk. That's about most of it. But yeah, I mean, but that was just me. And you know what? I've been blessed. And you're right. Black women think that Black men don't like them. Back in the day, they were really confused when I approached them. Like, what?
Yeah.
I kind of sit there and wait to see, okay, is she interested or not? Because it's like she was stunned. Like, what?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Or you want to do what? You. It's funny though. Looking back, like, and then. And then, there'd be some rejection along the way. And then you get the ones that were interested in you. And then you got the ones that didn't want to bring you home because, but you don't really deal with that now. But back in the day, you did.
I love the fact that Brent never did give up, man. That's
but you know what?
I'm gonna let that deter me. I'm keep on going. Somebody out there is gonna love me.
Oh, yeah, and it's there's been studies that show that white men are more willing to date Black women than the other way around. So, I'm just putting that out there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, we're white men are the ones most likely to date white women, but if you got to look at it, that's the majority of women, and
Mm-hmm.
you're usually around your community and stuff. And but I mean, it's shifting. It's you know, and people, I think, you know, are attracted to, you know, men are attracted to women that are a little different. You know, there's that curiosity in there too. So, and now it's okay to do it. And now you're finding out that these black women are successful and doing awesome things. So you like these men are outside looking in, like, okay, you see them in the corporate world, you see them in college, you see them being the most educated. I don't know. Maybe I ought to give it a shot. That's what they're thinking.
Yeah. Oh, hey, it's Miss Know-It-All.
Hey,
Hey,
ladies. Hey, ladies. Hey, hello, Mr. Brent. I'm not getting on, but Revelation. One of the people went to the link. I put a message in the chat, but you didn't see it because you was in this amazing, lovely conversation. But that's
Yeah,
it.
I
I'm jumping
was.
off. I'm jumping off. Hi.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Bye.
See you.
Bye-bye. See you later.
Your voice.
Okay.
Good voice, hon.
What you say?
I said it's good to hear your voice.
That accent, right? Talk to you later, guys.
Yeah, where are you from anyway? I can't tell. No, I'm just.
You don't hear that New York. You don't hear that nasally New York.
Oh
sound?
God! You know what? You can tell a New York accent anywhere. I mean, there's a guy I work with that's got the deep New York accent. It don't matter if they're white or black. You know they're from New York. My wife's cousin's from New York, and she's got that accent.
Mm.
Yeah, you got a distinctive accent.
So, Miss Know-It-All, how have you been? How are you doing?
I'm good.
Good.
I'm good. I'm just living my life.
There you go.
I don't want to I don't want to go online due to the fact that sometimes I know I'm a lot, and I think it's too much for Brent. So I'm gonna take a step back.
Oh, no,
I'm
you're
enjoying
fine.
listening to you ladies.
Actually, I'm getting ready to get off myself, but you don't have to leave.
Oh,
No. I'm gonna leave because I think Revelation. Somebody wanted to get on, so I'm gonna get off. But
Revelation
Lady
wanted to get on.
Yes, Revelation
Okay.
Ruth is Revelation somebody. I
Oh,
can't remember.
maybe they need you to post the StreamYard link again, Brent.
Yeah.
Yeah,
all
I'm
right.
posting it right now.
Brett,
All right,
I'm
bye-bye.
getting off myself, so I'll talk with you guys later. I mean, I'm gonna go back into the chat room, but I'll talk with you guys.
Okay, Miss Anita,
Okay.
it's good to see you.
Bye, Miss Anita.
Thanks for coming on.
Loren.
Revolution Ruth, is that it? Do you want to come on? The link's up there. Yeah. Did she say Revolution Ruth wanted to come on?
I think so.
Yeah. Well, the link's up. Just click it and come on up.
You know what I was gonna say? I would love to see Josh Watson or Corey Haga come on one time. I see them in the chat all the time. I would love to hear their voices. They don't have to cam up or anything.
Yeah, Corey's been on for a few times. Jersey from New York, a white guy from Jersey's been on.
Okay.
There's been some men on. Corey comes on every now and then. I haven't heard Josh yet, but it's always open. He's giving a shout out to New York. I don't know. Is that New York City or? I don't know. That's the white guy from Jersey.
Yeah.
That's close to New York, I guess. Okay. Well, we can all be at the same time, I think. Okay. Well, the link's up there if you want to come on before we shut down.
Who said that?
Huh?
Who said that we can all be on it at the same time?
Revolution Ruth.
Oh.
We can't. Is she saying we can't or can?
No, we can be. We can all be on it at the same time.
Yeah, I can have up to 10 people on here. I can have a panel of 10 people, including myself. But yeah, it's there. If you want to come on, go ahead, click the link and
yeah, come on, because I need my beauty sleep in a little bit.
Oh yeah, it's real late. I hope you don't have to get up early.
No, I know it's only 1 so far. I'm such a night owl, so I'm usually up till at least 2.
Oh, okay. Hey, Revolution Root. That's close to New York, I guess.
Hi, everyone.
Okay.
Hi.
Well, there's an echo in there. We can all be at the same time, I think. Okay. Well, the link's up there if you want to come on before we shut down.
Oh, Revelation, you have to mute your YouTube. Who said that? You have to mute your YouTube. Who said that? We can all be on it at the same time? Me.
Okay, you got 2 devices going.
Yeah, you have to mute. You have to turn one off.
Yeah, I
Okay.
just left it out. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, now we can hear you, and there's no echo.
Okay. Hi, everyone. I just wanted to thank Brent for doing this. I don't know how long ago I came across your channel, maybe a month or a few months ago, but I think it's needed, especially kind of a Christian with a Christian perspective.
Yeah.
But I think that it's great that you also keep it real. And I wanted to say that there's a lot going on. I think there are gender wars because it's spiritual. I think it's spiritual. And I certainly don't want women or Black women to start hating Black men either. But I do think, the backlash that we face for when we want to date out is kind of telling. If you want to have violence or take out violence on someone because, that you don't know because they're dating outside of their race, I mean, it just speaks to a lot of insecurity and almost like reminiscent of slavery, ownership, feeling like you own a person that you don't even know. So I just see it from different perspectives, different sides. And I would love for you to start prayer whenever you start prayer. I'll definitely, try to get in on that on maybe Sunday afternoons or evenings if you have it.
Yeah, I'm going to start doing that Sunday. I'm going to try to do one in the morning and the afternoon, and this week I'm going to have 2 prayer and then a show later on. Me and Loren will do a show, but I do want to do it 2 days a week because a lot of people have emailed me and say, hey, I want to do it, but I got church and I don't want to interfere with people's church. I don't want people to miss church to do this. So I'm going to do it twice on Sunday, and just to see how it works. I want to have a prayer, with us together and just pray for each other. And we can do testimonies, and we can, and like I said, I'll preach a sermon if you want me to. I just want to open it up to the channel, and I think it's much needed. People come together and just lift each other up, pray for each other, and that would be a really good thing. And like I said, I can do it on a private stream where it's just us, the ones that have the link, and I can do one where it's live. But I think we'll probably do a private one because, people don't want to tell the world a lot of people just like to keep it within the group.
Yeah.
And, either way's fine. I'm not looking for views on this prayer thing. I want us to come together. And,
Right.
And a lot of people are interested in that. And I think that would be really nice. And it'll bring more meaning to YouTube than just going on talking about the topic. And, I think and people need that. It's nice to have people that, care about you. Even though we don't know each other, we don't hang around each other, but you can still care for people, you don't even know. And
All right.
that would be a blessing. I want to go there with that, and I think it'd be really nice.
Yeah.
And there's other things I want to do too, but that to me would be important. And because we all have our issues, we all have problems. Whether it's family, friends, or just us going through things.
Right. I think it would be awesome too if I don't know if you could do like a series about, for white men who may be watching the channel. I know it's probably more Black women. I'm not sure, but I know that white men might need some help in trying to approach, because I hear it everywhere and I've experienced it, and even recently I have, trying to approach Black women. I think even when you're inviting, there's this very strong feeling of, I don't know what she's going to say or how she's going to act. So it takes forever to happen. And then as a Black woman, you get kind of like, well, this is not really, it's not really attractive to take forever like that. Because generally, I think people like decisive people, regardless of color, to know that, the person decided on you, just even to, date. That's a positive thing. But when you take a long time to even approach the person, everybody else is talking to them, they're friendly, they're showing you signs, and you still can't approach, and then I think that some help is needed in that area for white men. I know it's very targeted towards Black women, and I know that Black women are really taking this to heart and listening and being more open. I'm sure they are. But I've always been, I guess, open. And sometimes it happens. When I was in New York City, it happened a little bit less. I think it happens more now that I'm in Texas. I don't know why that is. I also, do you guys think there's something with military men that are just makes them more open to women of other ethnicities?
I don't know, but I've definitely noticed that they tend to marry other races of women, the military men.
Yes,
Definitely.
I noticed that.
I'm going to tell you, yes. I think it's just the atmosphere you're in, because when you're in the military, you're with other races of people, and it's kind of different from society because you depend on each other. Men of different races are together, and it's like your brothers, and the women, they're our sisters. It's like a family thing. We're tight because we got to depend on each other. We have to, it's a team effort. And a lot of people in the military interracially marry. They do. And it's more accepted than in society. It really is. And nobody looks down on you for it, whether you're a Black guy or a white guy or whoever you're married to. There are people that may have a problem, but it's not. It's a different world. And I spent 20 years in the Army, and I had to adjust coming back to the civilian world because I was used to people watching my back. I was used to watching their back. I was, it was a shame to have somebody carry your weight. You always carried your weight, and you always did your part. And you have people around you that really cared about you, that had your best interest in mind. I mean, actually, you have people around you that will take a bullet for you. And out in the civilian world, it's not like that. People are more out for themselves. So I had to readjust to that. And yeah, a lot of people interracially marry in the military. I mean, you have guys married to Black, white, Korean, different Asian groups, Hispanic. I mean, it's, it is very common in the military.
Right.
But, I mean, the military integrated before society did.
Yeah.
I mean, they put men together in Korea. That's when they, did away with the segregated units and found out that these men could make it happen, that they actually came together and were, but yeah, it's a different world. But yeah, it happens a lot in the military.
Yeah, I mean, those are the white men who usually talk to me. So I think, I don't know, I just thought there was something with it, or maybe just because I was in Texas, it didn't happen a lot in New York City. But there are more military people here. So
Yeah, definitely there's more military people in Texas for sure. And in New York, I would say, yeah, definitely. But in New York, I would say it's kind of that thing where white guys are still, like, I don't know, they still have that, like, they're not sure if you like them. New Yorkers have this swag with them, and I'm not even from New York. You know what I mean? From what I see, they're still cautious because they're just not sure if you're into them. But New York is a very open place. Like, it's actually quite easy to swirl here if you, now that I know that you have to kind of like give them a little bit more of a clue or give them a little bit more of a hint and let them know that it's okay to come over and stuff like that. Like, when I go out, it's very easy for me to talk to white men. And I mean, I work around white guys. Well, when I was in my corporate job, before I started my business, I worked around nothing but white guys. And they made it clear all day long that they were interested.
I
Like I
know.
said, first they would just,
interesting.
yeah, exactly. And like first they would just stare. And it's just like, I didn't know what the stare meant. Like I said, but like I always tell Brent, I assumed that I didn't know what it meant. I just assumed it was bad. So I was like, I don't understand why they're staring at me. Why are they staring at me? I didn't know what that meant. But like now I know what it means. So now I can kind of like help them out a little bit.
Right.
You smile back, you give them a clue it's okay to come over, and then you're off from there.
Yeah, and that's a lot of times that's all they need is the feel that they have a chance.
Yep.
Yeah, and the stare is usually 9 times out of 10, either he's fantasizing about you or he's admiring you.
God, man, at work, Brent, it would be so.
I mean,
like,
that is a
sad.
thing though, because I'm from Brooklyn and I worked in New York for a very long time, but in Manhattan is what I mean. And I always thought it was kind of like that, like a fantasy fetishizing kind of thing. When they did what you described in New York, because they wouldn't say it wouldn't go anywhere. And sometimes they were married. So it really disgusted me. And then white women that worked kind of behind me in the cubicle would make comments because they heard their comments towards me. So then I just felt like, dirty. I didn't feel great about it unless they were single, but it still didn't go anywhere. It was just kind of flirting. So it was confusing in New York.
I would have a tendency to do that, like stare, and it wasn't like, I was fantasizing. I was just like admiring her. Like, I was like, she's beautiful, and I just look and I look, and one time I was called on it, and actually it was a good thing because, I actually dated this girl that was asking me why I was giving her dirty looks because she thought I was giving her dirty looks, like it was something negative. But it wasn't. Sometimes they'll stare at you because they're probably just admiring you and just thinking, how can I approach you? And they're probably thinking you won't you don't like them, so they're kind of. I mean,
Yeah, they assume, like I said, what both of us have been going on assumptions about each other for a long time without actually talking to each other. They assume that we don't like them, so all they can do is stare. We assume they don't like us, and we don't know what the stare means. I remember this one white guy at work, and I knew he was single, and I'm like, man, I hadn't found this channel yet. I'm like, if I would have, known, because he was like really cute, and he would just like stare all the time, and we would have staring like contests, and I'm just like, okay. But I knew he was I knew he was friendly, and I knew he was cool and down to earth, but I knew he just couldn't work up he just couldn't, and like I always say, Black women are used to Black men that are overly aggressive. We're used to men that are like way forward. So when you don't say anything, I don't want to assume anything. I don't want to assume that you like me when you probably don't. Maybe you're just being nice. Maybe you just, you're just friendly. So I don't want to assume anything. So we're used to men that are like way more over aggressive. And so we have to kind of also like understand, now that we're kind of having these conversations, we have to kind of understand that, we're not dealing with men. Like, we're not dealing with that. We're not dealing with men that are overly aggressive. So we have to kind of adjust ourselves a little bit. And
I think it's both. They're not assertive even. Like, I wouldn't call a Black man asking for my number overly aggressive, for example, right? So we do have those. We definitely have the overly aggressive, but that would attack you if you said no, you don't want. I mean, it's or sexually aggressive, with their first comment. But
yeah, that's more so what I mean.
Just saying, hi, you're beautiful, or taking weeks to approach you even, but watching you from afar when you go to the same church and stuff like that, that's really passive. That's not even assertive. So I don't think we're asking them to be aggressive, to be something they're not. Just
no
a little more assertive, which I think they need your help with, Brent.
Well, maybe I can do like have like a radio, have an earpiece. Okay, all right. Culture. Okay, don't look down. Don't look down.
Don't touch her.
Okay. All right. Don't look away. Okay. Now. No, don't tell her she's fine. Tell her she's pretty. Tell her you're interested in.
Don't touch her hair.
Okay, don't look at her, bro. Look at her face. No, I mean,
you did that to me last week. You pulled on my braids. I was like, you can touch it if you want. Like, you got to ask me first. So it was awkward.
Yeah. Oh, braids. Oh man, I love braids. I've talked about this on videos and stuff, and it's funny because my son-in-law loves braids too. So my daughter always wears braids for her husband and stuff. But I would say that's probably white men's favorite hairstyle for the most part is long braids.
What's with the touching though? Like,
I don't know why. I mean, I know why. Huh?
You know why it's their favorite, or why they're trying like touching it without permission? Because I hear other Black women talk about that. How sometimes,
I mean, I've never had white guys do that. I've had white women do that.
Yeah, that's true too.
I personally wouldn't touch a woman's hair unless I knew her and well, I'm married, so I ain't going to do that anyway. But when I was dating or interested, I wouldn't just run up and touch someone's hair.
He's married too. Okay, so maybe he's just weird.
Yeah, probably just weird. But I can see white women doing it because they're like, "Oh wow, how'd you get your hair like that?"
All the time with white women for sure.
Yeah, when I had long locks, they did it. Yeah.
But men, I would think most men wouldn't do that unless they knew you.
That's still a woman. A man wouldn't just walk up and touch a woman like that's kind of like.
That's like touching her arm or something.
Yeah, that's too much.
That's like That's out of bounds.
Yeah,
That's off limits.
yeah, it's a little bit much. It's like kind of, she doesn't know you, and I don't know if you're dangerous or anything like that. So no. But like
Yeah.
I think most guys, that's like common sense for most men. You don't just walk up to a woman and like touch her,
Yeah, you
obviously.
don't. Yeah.
Yeah, so weird.
Yeah, that's that. Yeah, unless you're dating her, I guess. Then it's
Yeah, of
different.
course, unless you're dating her, but you don't know her, no.
But yeah, just some stranger. Hey, let me place your hair. Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, no, you don't do that. You don't. But there's some weird guys that will do that and think it's okay. I don't know. To me, like I said, it's just respect. You don't touch no one like that. Yeah.
But yeah, there's like lots of stuff that I think that like we're both still learning about each other, and I don't I kind of like taking it easy. Like I was listening to Coleman do another interview like today, and sometimes I think people expect, I don't know, they expect us to have these really deep intellectual conversations about history, and then we expect to know each other. I mean, to like to talk about things on this really deep, important level and all that. And I'm just like, can we just get to know each other and enjoy each other, and not like, I don't want to
Yeah.
talk about all the crimes in the past. And
I saw that too, actually, today.
yeah,
Yeah, you
it's
know
just too
what?
much.
I don't like going there with that stuff.
Yeah.
One thing I always loved about black women that I found is to me, once you got to know them, they're easygoing, just fun to be with, fun to do things with. Just to me, they're always exciting to be around. That's one thing I loved about black women is, they have a big heart and they're caring. I mean, the ones you find that care for you, and they're easygoing. And just like me and my wife, we've been married so long, and I still love being around my wife. It's just nice to do, and we don't have to get all intellectual and talk about. And we won't talk about sins of the past like that. I mean, we don't need to. I think a lot of times when people interracially date, that I think sometimes white people, we have that white guilt where we have to let black people know that we're not racist, that we care about you, that we love you, and we're not like that. And please forgive us for what happened in the past. And and you don't need to do that. I mean, it. She's going to know if you love her and care for her. I mean, but maybe that's where they're going, because a lot of people do that. I know when before I married my wife, I remember my family members, it's like they had to go out of their way to show that they're not racist. And it's like, it's just, and my wife's like, when she met my family, some of them, she's like, am I going to hear another black heartwarming story? Yeah, you are. They're just trying to make you feel comfortable, It was funny. Do I have to hear another one? I said, yeah, I'm sorry. They're just trying to make you feel comfortable. That's all. I mean, it was innocent. They just wanted her to feel, hey, we welcome to the family type thing.
I think the guy that you heard, though, I'm sorry, I don't know your name. I can't see it.
Lorraine.
Lorraine?
Mm-hmm.
Lorraine. I think the guy that you saw on that show, though, he had a lot of bad experiences. And I think at some point we have to say to ourselves, maybe we attracted that type because he is an artist. So, I can draw some generalizations, and maybe he attracted those who were a little more woke and kind of attached to things of the past, and I don't know, that maybe were more expressive of those things. But I know my full history. I just don't walk around talking about it all the time. And I like to look towards, positive things. And I know how to handle those situations anyway. So, and Cohen, he didn't seem to have. He said he didn't have the same experiences. So it's like he didn't know where to go with that. And he was like, "Well, I don't know. I'm sorry." He had those.
Yeah, I didn't really watch the full. I didn't really watch the full interview. I just wanted to catch a little bit of it. But it's something that I have seen, like when dating. One of the reasons like why white guys are like scared to come over is it's not that they're like not assertive. It's that they've like a lot of times like this is very new and we just haven't done this before and they don't know how to approach and they don't know like if you have some sort of like idea about them that that they're worried about. Like they are like, is she going to think I'm racist? Is she going to think that I'm, with, Trump? Is she going to think this? Is she going to think that? And it's like, we don't have to come to the table thinking about all those things. Like, I think that that's one thing that will help white men is to like put all that stuff down. Like, I don't need like political views and all that. Like I don't you like approach a black woman like you would approach any woman if you're attracted to her. And don't overthink it because that's what I think white men do is that they overthink it. And they think that like they need to have something intelligent to say or they need to have something, I don't know, black approved to say or something that's gonna like
It's
resonate with
gotta
us.
be.
It's like, man, I don't need all that. I don't need all that. I really don't.
Yeah, and yeah, that's funny though. But a lot of people think it's kind of weird. You just my thing is you just come with love and respect.
Mhm.
And I
Did it freeze? Oh, I think Brent.
It definitely froze. I thought you were frozen too.
Oh,
I just muted my background.
I thought he was thinking for a second.
I thought everyone froze. I was like, oh, let me go on mute. I was like,
I was
oh,
like, man, he's really deep in thought. Wait.
right. That's a really deep thought.
Oh, now it's just us in his
Wait, how
show.
do you get off and we're on? That doesn't make sense.
Well, maybe we should call it a night anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, I enjoyed this conversation. So many things were said earlier that I had thoughts on. I was like, and then I got up here and I was like, no, we're not gonna. It's too late to go deeply into those other topics.
Yeah. Is this supposed to be just like a kind of light kind of we're just chatting tonight. But we definitely have like on the Sunday shows and all that. We definitely get deeper.
Yeah, I never caught him live, I don't think.
Hmm.
I can always come later.
Man,
But
he just
anyway.
disappeared. Well, it was nice meeting you.
Nice
Reverend
meeting you
Andrew.
too. Sorry.
And I don't know if people in the chat can still see us, but I guess that's the end of the show. So
Yeah.
thanks for joining. Good night, all.
Good night, everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye. It's funny.
Okay, how's everybody doing? Sorry about that. I just got kicked off the internet. My internet just. How's everybody doing? Sorry about that. Sorry about that, guys. My internet went down for a little bit, so I'm back on. No, sorry, ladies. I don't know what happened, but I lost my internet and it just kicked me off for a little bit. Yeah, we're back. I'll put the link back up if you want to come back on, and you can. I'll explain what happened. But yeah, sorry about that. I don't know what happened. It just went blank, and my computer just went offline. And but I'm back on now. Sorry about that. I hate when that happens, especially when we had such a good discussion. But I'll leave it up there. If you want to come back on and say goodnight, if not, I'll close it out. But Loren, thanks for coming on. I appreciate it. And yeah, thanks, ladies, for coming on. Sorry, I got my internet went down, but it was good talking to you. And here's Miss Noto. Hey, Miss Noto. Hey, man, that upset me. We're having a good discussion. My internet just went off. I was like, oh, really?
Yeah, I'm sorry. And everyone, they were still talking. We were all still on. That was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. We all stayed on. So,
yeah, Revelation.
I would show my face completely, but I'm not at my prettiest.
Oh, you look fine. You're fine.
No, everyone was still on. The ladies were still trying to hold it down, but they wasn't sure what happened. But
yeah, my internet went off. It went off for a few minutes, and then it came back on. So I don't know. It's probably like a local thing because my internet's pretty strong. It
happens to all of us. Sometimes sometimes you just have to reset it. Reset the modem or whatever.
Yeah.
But no one. Everyone knows you didn't just cut out on them. I just wanted to say that everyone knows.
Yeah, no, I don't think they would think I would do that. I would at least say bye and good night.
Absolutely.
But yeah, it was a good discussion with.
It was an excellent discussion. The ladies had
Loren
and Miss Revelation Ruth.
Yeah, Revelation Ruth, and yeah, I'm gonna have that that prayer group and stuff Sunday, and I'll put in the times. I'm just trying to work it around people's schedules, and I got 4 time zones I gotta work around too. But yeah, it was a good discussion tonight. I wanted to, it kind of came out kind of screwed up because when I did the videos with the train and Malcolm X and things, I was planning on doing that tomorrow, but since we got that out, I'll just wait and go live Saturday. Since Friday's my longest night, so I'm gonna just go live Saturday and think about a topic to put together and stuff. But yeah, it was a good discussion. I enjoyed the ladies. Thank you, ladies, for coming on. Loren, always good to hear from you.
But I think Loren had a great idea about the Jordan Peterson, and maybe if you review the maybe I'll send it in an email to you.
Okay.
A clip it of him. He has over 4 million subscribers, so he's people really listen to him, and I think he's very intelligent. He's very highly educated, and he had some amazing talking points, and it wasn't anti-women. So I think it's something. Maybe I think Lorraine had a great idea of reviewing it, and everyone, and you give us your take on it.
Yeah, I'd like to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Humbly Complex, that movie review, I haven't forgot. Maybe we'll do it. Well, let's see. Yeah, Humbly Complex requested I do a movie review on what was it? The Best of Enemies. Is that right? I think that's the movie. We can do one on that. Maybe we'll do it Saturday, not this Saturday, but next Saturday. Next week, give people a week to watch the movie. So hey, everybody, watch Best of Enemies. It's a really good movie. I did a reaction on that. The true story about it. What it was the guy was a Klan member, and I guess the lady was a black woman. I think she was like a civil rights worker, and they feuded, but they came together and became friends, lifelong friends. It's a really good story, and it's a true story. But yeah, we'll do that next week. Give it a week. So guys, watch Best of Enemies if you haven't seen it. But yeah, sorry, I haven't forgot. I just, you know, I'm just busy working all the time, and I'm hoping this COVID thing slows down so I get some time off, because I'd like to spend more time doing lives and videos and give you guys better quality instead of me coming at the last minute throwing things together. I will do that because I like interacting with you guys. But yeah, Best of Enemies, check that out. Sorry, Miss Know It All. I just wanted to get that out because she had requested that. But yeah, this was a good night, good discussion. I enjoyed every bit of it. And Miss Know It All, I enjoyed having you on too. It's always a pleasure having you on.
Well, good night, everyone, and everyone stay blessed and happy, prosperous, and love one another. And I'll see you at the prayer session, I guess. So
yeah, I'll do a morning and an afternoon, guys. You guys, I'm going to start it on it's going to be a private stream. Okay, I'm going to see how that goes, and and then if you guys want to do a live one, we can. It don't matter to me. That's just us coming together. But I'll put the link when I do go live on the prayer thing. When I do the stream, I'll put the link in the community box. That way you could come in. And that way we can see who's coming in too. And if you want to be on the panel, I can have up to 10 people. So, and I just want it to be a prayer. We lift each other up. We pray for each other. And, if we want to add to it later on, that's just something good I would like to come together with you guys on. Share our faith and, our faith and love for one another. And it'd be awesome. But anyway, yeah, good night, everybody. Loren, thank you for coming on if you're still watching. Revolutionary Ruth, good to hear you. Good to hear you guys. And I thank each and every one of you for coming on. And, sorry I kind of threw this together at the last minute, but, it's really awesome talking to you guys. And, I'm going to go live again Saturday. Okay. Friday, I'm going to take Friday off and get my show together so I can give you guys some good content. And then Sunday, we'll have 2 prayer sessions and a live. Yeah, good night, Natasha. So I just want to say good night to Josh, Natasha, Ms. Know-It-All, Corey, yours truly, Miss Know-It-All, Josh, Humbly Complex, Alexander Brannon, Corey again. I hope I'm saying this right. Winnie Dallau. Sorry, I'm not good at pronouncing. Revelation Ruth, have a good night. Thanks for coming on. Natasha Alexander, Corey again, Humbly Complex, of course, Loren, thank you. Ms. Know-It-All, if I didn't mention you, and Deneen Jackson, thanks for coming on. Yeah, I'll send you the link. I'll put the schedule in. Give me till tomorrow. I'll come up with the schedule for the prayer thing, and we'll see how that goes. I think it'll be really awesome. But anyway, hey guys, thanks for coming on. Thanks for watching. Ladies, thanks for coming on the panel. It's always a pleasure. And God bless you. God bless your family. And I'll see you Saturday night. Have a good night.